Let's find a comfortable seat. And we'll begin rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. And then bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And taking a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, keeping your eyes closed or gently gazing downward. Extend your spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibrations. Take another deep breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Allow each inhale to bring you here, to this room, to this moment. Allow each exhale to release anything not needed for your practice today. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Continue following your body's rhythm, expanding and opening, contracting and relaxing. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. Continuing this full deep breath, bring your hands to the heart. And as you come to your next exhaling breath, gently extend the fingertips out in front of us, palms together. As you inhale, open the arms wide, opening the heart. Exhale, bringing the palms together over the head. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, extending the arms out, palms together. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, gather all that is offered, palms together. Inhale, bring that into your heart, filling up your heart and spirit. With any leftovers, send them out with the exhale, palms out in front. Open with gratitude. Gather in all that is offered. Breathe it into your heart. And send some into the world. Continue following this pattern. Opening with gratitude and gathering in what it is you need. Bring it into your heart. Trusting that others need the same thing, send it into the world. We are all connected as human beings on this earth. Do one more full round. And the next time your hands are at the heart, go ahead and stay there. Gently feeling the pressure of the thumbs against the chest, against your heart center. And gently press the thumbs and the pinky fingers together and open up the other three fingers outward, coming into the Lotus Mudra. With the breath, bringing in light and joy through the mudra from the universe to your heart. Feeling that light spread through your entire body on the breath. Connecting to your inner joy and allowing that joy to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And then breathing it out into the space around you. Gently bring the fingertips back together. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hands down. Gently open your eyes. And if you would like to switch your feet or change your leg position, please go ahead and do that. With your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, press them back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. We'll bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down, and gently tuck the shoulder blades back and down. Gently squeezing the muscles around the scapula, strengthening, holding it in place, lifting the heart. And let's press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the vision, gently lifting the heart, squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any tension. Then opening the arms wide, turning the palms up, lift the heart a little more if that feels okay, and think about squeezing the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. If it feels okay, you can flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. And let's bring the arms in front. crossing the right over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand wrapped around the right wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Gently pulling the chin back toward the throat, lengthening the back of the neck and softening the jaw. Breathe into the upper back. You can gently squeeze the arms together if that feels okay. As you breathe into the back, creating space. And if it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. With your next inhale, if it feels okay, you can lift the elbows up higher, gently arching. And then as you exhale, folding forward, letting the weight of the arms drop through the shoulders. Being careful with your back. And with your next inhaling breath, coming back to the center. Let's gently unwrap the arm and extend that right arm out, placing the left hand on that right shoulder. Just gently draw the arm across the body. You can bring the fingers wide of the right hand, spreading them out, adding a little more traction as you kind of pull that arm away. And then let's release and open wide again. Pressing through the palms if it feels okay. Squeezing through the lower corners of the shoulder blades. And then we'll bring the arms in front again. This time crossing the left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or right hand around the left wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, gently squeezing the arms together. Relaxing through the back of the neck and the jaw. Breathing into the upper back. And then if it feels okay, gently lowering and lifting the elbows. And with your next inhaling breath, if it feels okay, gently arching, lifting the elbows up. And with the exhale, gently lowering. And with your next inhale, coming back to the center. And exhale. Oop, just unwrap the arm, sorry. Placing the right hand on the left shoulder. Reaching the left arm across, spreading those fingers wide as you gently pull with that right arm, stretching around the shoulder. And then we'll gently release. Let's open wide once more. And then let's bring the hands together at the heart and interlace the fingers. We'll press the palms out in front of us. Roll the shoulders forward, drop the chin around the spine. With your inhale, lift the palms up high, gently arching. Exhale, round, drawing the belly toward the back, pressing the palms away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, leave the palms up and gently drop the chin. Pressing through the palms. Soften the elbows and roll the shoulder blades back, squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. Relaxing the back of the neck and the jaw. Wringing out tension through the trapezius muscles. Cross the shoulders and into the neck. And then if it feels okay, pressing the palms up a little higher. Listening to your body. And with your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, float the hands down. Just roll the shoulders up and back and down. Then we'll bring the left knee to the right, so we'll sit on the right hip. If you would like to stay on the blanket, you can, or if you would like a blanket or block under a knee, or if you'd like to spread the knees a little wider, please do what feels comfortable where you can feel like you have a stable base. And with your next inhale, we'll bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. And as you exhale, bring the left elbow toward the ankle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Excuse me, hold and breathe. Dropping that right hip toward the mat. Lifting that right elbow up toward the sky. Chin is away from the chest. Breathing into the right side of the body, creating space. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, we'll float the hands down, bringing the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Face forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently twist toward the right, head comes around left. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, gently twisting. Hold and breathe. And with your next inhale, come back to the center and let the breath go. Then we'll switch our legs. So we'll sit on the right hip, knees to the left, feet to the right. Again, you can be on the blanket or use a blanket or block underneath the knee, or spreading the leg a little wider if that feels more stable. With your next inhale, bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. And as you exhale, drop the right ear toward the ankle. Sorry, lost my words there. Lifting the heart, left elbow reaches up toward the sky. Drop the left hip toward the mat. Breathe into the side of the body. Really opening up and creating space. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, float the hands down, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Face forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently twisting toward the left, head comes around last. Lifting the heart with the inhale, gently twisting through your exhale. Finding that edge between flexibility and inflexibility. And with your next inhale, come back to the center and let the breath go. Let's extend the legs out in front of us, scooting our feet down toward the end of the mat. Gently flexing the feet. Spine is tall, shoulders back and down. Draw the belly muscles toward the back as you lift the spine tall. Engage the kneecaps, engaging the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Hands can rest on the thighs or floor. Gently lifting the heels off of the floor. If that feels okay, try not to hyperextend the back of the knee. Reaching the heels away, can gently tilt the pelvis forward to help lift the spine. Notice the shoulders. If they've scrunched up, let them soften down the back. And with your next exhale, soften the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, gently fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften. Follow the breath, lengthening the spine, softening through the back of the legs and the low back. And with your next inhale, lift the spine up tall. We'll bring the hands behind the hips, fingertips behind the hips, fingertips pointing toward them. You can work with inclined plane or reverse table. So for inclined plane, feet together, lifting the hips high. For reverse table, walking the feet about hip width apart, lifting the hips high. So finding which one feels comfortable for you today. Bending those elbows and rolling the shoulders back. With your next inhaling breath, lift the hips high, keeping the elbows slightly bent, not locked. Exhale, gently lower and hover, if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, gently lower and hover. Inhale, lift, hold, and breathe. If that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Notice your elbows, try not to lock them. Head extends out from the spine or pull toward the chin, excuse me, pull the chin toward the chest. Just try not to drop the head back onto the shoulders. And when you're ready, gently lower down and shake out the wrists. All right, let's gently roll our spines back. Lengthening out onto the mat. Gently scan up the body, noticing any parts that feel tired, achy, or sore. Honoring yourself and your body by listening to its messages. Pushing yourself to your edge, but not beyond it. And remembering that each time you do yoga, your body's a little bit different. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Lengthen through the neck, tuck the shoulders under, soften around the right hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, allow the right arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down. And with your exhale, gently twist over the left side of the body, vision toward the right arm, as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip, easing the spine into the twist. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center, sending the leg up toward the sky. Take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. Exhale, toes pointing toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. Now begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Now reach through the heel. Gently drop the sitting bones, arching the low back slightly. Reaching through the heel, feeling those hamstrings lengthening. Now tuck the pelvis, draw the belly muscles down toward the back, and draw the leg toward the torso, just as far as feels okay. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles draw down firmly. Stay here, or if it feels okay, lift the head and chest toward the leg, lengthening the spine. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, flex the left foot, lifting it gently off the floor. And you can stay here or release the hands. Pulling the belly muscles down, neck is nice and long. When we engage those lower belly muscles, can often ease some of that strain in the low back. Lowering the left leg. With your inhale, gently lower the head and chest. And as you exhale, slowly lower the right leg. Once you reach the floor, take a deep breath in and out. Bending the left leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders tuck under. Release the muscles around the left hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee, left arm falls out to the side, palm facing down. And with your exhale, gently twist over the right side of the body, vision toward the left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip. Ease the spine into the twist. With your next inhale, come back to the center. Extending the leg up toward the sky, take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. Exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath. releasing the front and the back of the leg. And begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Reaching through the heel, drop the sitting bones down, gently releasing the hamstrings. And tucking the pelvis, drawing the belly muscles down. Draw the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles strong. With your next exhale, if it feels okay, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, gently flex the right foot, lifting it off the floor gently. And if it feels okay, you could release the arms. Belly muscles draw down, reaching through the heels. Neck is nice and long. And releasing the right leg down, sorry. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, slowly lower the left leg. Once you reach the floor, take a deep breath in and out. Then we'll bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor, walking the feet as close toward the hips as feels comfortable, keeping the feet hip width apart. Lifting the toes, spreading them wide as you lower them down. Shoulders tuck under, arms alongside the body, palms facing down, and press the shoulders back into the mat. So our bridge starts with our feet and ends with the shoulders. And with your next inhaling breath, scoop the pelvis, gently squeezing the buttocks as you roll the spine up. As you come to your exhale, gently roll the spine down, really thinking about feeling each vertebrae as it rolls up and down. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, gently roll down. Inhale, scoop and lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down, making sure the knees are parallel to each other. If you're holding and you'd like to roll the shoulders under, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms together, you can keep the elbows bent or extend the arms, depending on how that feels for your shoulders and elbows. Keeping the palms close together to protect the wrists, so we're not pinching the nerves in there. Breathe into the heart, letting those shoulders open. Chin is gently away from the chest, so we're not hyperextending the back of the neck. And we'll gently unlace the fingers. If your hands are clasped, roll the shoulders out and gently roll the spine down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. And let the breath go. Let's extend the legs out, feet together, bring the arms alongside the body. We're going to rock the hands underneath the hips with the palms facing down. We're going to work with fish pose. So with your next inhale, press the elbows into the floor and we're going to lift up onto those elbows and forearms and then gently drop the head back, resting the crown of the head on the mat. So we're in an arch with the feet and legs on the floor, supported by the elbows, breathing into the heart, allowing the front and the back of the heart to soften. Opening the throat. With your next inhale, lift the head and gently lower the back to the floor. You can rock your hands out from underneath the hips. And let's bring both knees over the torso into Apanasana. Breathing into the belly. From here, you can either roll to your side, pressing up with your hands, or slip your hands behind your knees, kick your feet over your head, and gently rock up. And let's come onto our hands and knees. And if you'd like to add a blanket under your knees for a little extra padding, please do that. We'll bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, softening the elbows. Head extended out, shoulders tucked back and down, belly drawn up. Take a breath in and out, strong table pose. With your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow the breath, really letting the spine gently move and open. Breathing into any parts that feel tight. Letting the breath create space. With your next inhale, come back to table pose. Softening the elbows, we'll reach the right leg back, dropping that right hip slightly. Pressing through the heel, flexing the foot, engaging the muscles of the leg, keeping the left hip stacked over the left knee. If it feels okay, lift the leg a little higher. Lift the heart. Stay here or extend the left arm out. Really engaging the belly muscles and strengthening through the low back. And we'll lower the hand down, draw the knee in, rounding the spine, pulling the knee up toward the belly as much as feels okay. And then lowering that leg down. Take a breath in and out. We'll reach back with the left leg, dropping the left hip slightly, flexing the foot, pressing through the heel, engaging all the muscles of the leg. Right hip stays stacked over the right knee. Elbows are soft, lifting the leg a little higher if that feels okay, lifting the heart. And again, if it feels okay, extending the right arm out. Strengthening through the low back. And we'll float the hand down, round the spine, drawing the knee in, pulling it up toward the belly. Let's bring the knee back to the mat. Extending the head out, softening the elbows, take a breath in. And as you exhale, we'll bring the right shoulder and right hip toward each other. Inhale, center. Exhale, the left hip and the left shoulder toward each other. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Once more on each side. And back to the center. Let's tuck the toes under, press the hips up and back, downward dog. Lengthening through the back, soften the knees. Can walk out one heel and then the other, lengthening through the calves. And pressing through both heels, knees soft. Reach way back with those hips. Head between the arms with the chin gently away from the chest. Roll the shoulder blades gently back toward each other. Allow the neck to be nice and long. Feel the low back soften and release as it lengthens. And then we'll come back to the knees. Walk the hands out and coming down onto the belly. Let's bring the arms alongside the body, rocking the hands underneath the thighs with the palms facing the thighs, resting the chin or forehead on the mat, whichever feels best for you. Letting the shoulders roll forward, the weight of the torso resting low. We'll work with locust pose. Taking a breath in and out. With your next inhaling breath, press the pelvic bone into the mat and lift the right leg behind you. Inhale, lower. Nope, that was the wrong way. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. And we'll do one more time. This time as you inhale and lift, hold if that feels okay. Dropping the right hip toward the mat. If that feels like too much, go ahead and just continue coming up and down. And with your next exhaling breath, gently lower the leg. Take a breath in and out. Pressing the pelvic bone into the mat. With your next inhale, lift the left leg behind you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And this time, inhale, lift, and hold if that feels okay. Dropping the left hip down, using the glutes and the low back to lift. Hold and breathe. And with your next exhale, gently lower. Take a breath in and out. We'll lift both legs together for the next round if that feels okay for your low back. If not, go ahead and alternate the legs as we lift and lower. Pressing the pelvic bone into the mat. Upper body stays relaxed onto the floor. With your next inhale, lift both legs behind you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, hold and breathe, or continue alternating the legs. And with your next exhaling breath, gently lower the legs down. Take a breath in and out. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing the hips back to the heels, rounding the spine, coming into child's pose or into reclined puppy if you need to keep the hips up a little higher because of your knees. Really trying to round the back as much as feels okay. Forehead resting on the mat, block or palms. If you're in child's pose and it feels okay, you can bring the arms alongside the legs, letting the shoulders roll forward. Breathe into the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. Notice if you're holding on or trying to hold yourself up somewhere and see if you can soften just a little more. Letting go. We'll gently roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last, shoulders up and back and down. We'll tuck the toes under, press the hips up, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend. Can have the hands on the floor, blocks, or shins. Softening the knees, lengthen through the spine and let the head drop down, softening through the neck if that feels okay. Really lengthening through the low back. And then if it feels okay, you can gently press those hips up, lengthening through the back of the legs a little more. Let's gently bring the left hand onto the right foot or leg. And if it feels okay, inhale, sweeping that right arm up, gently twisting. And floating the hand down, taking a breath in and out. Bringing the right hand to the left foot or leg. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Again, just if that feels okay. And floating the hand down, taking a breath in and out. Softening the knees with your inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms together over your head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Taking a breath in and out. Let's work with standing knee to chest as our balance today. So, give it a little quick drink. If you'd like to use the wall for support, go ahead and have your back towards the wall. We'll find our balance in mountain pose on both feet to begin with. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Finding a focus spot for your gaze, shift your weight to the left leg, having that knee slightly bent, engaging the quadriceps. Come up to the big toe of our right foot. You can draw the belly back toward the back for a little extra support and stability. And if you'd like to work on balance by lifting the toe, bending the ankle, go ahead and do that. You can also lift the knee, interlacing the fingers in front of the knee if that feels okay. Lifting the heart, shoulders back and down, belly muscles are strong. Stay here or bring the knee up toward the chest. Again, you can stay here, or if it feels okay, taking hold underneath the foot or underneath the thigh, and work on extending the leg. So either version, any of those versions. And if you're feeling particularly steady, you can work on folding over. You just have to move your vision with you as you do it. And listening to your body. Woo! Gently lowering back down when you're ready. Just a hair too long. Finding our balance on both feet again. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shifting your weight to the right leg, engaging those quadriceps, knee is slightly bent. Finding your focus spot and coming up to the big toe of your left foot. Again, belly muscles are engaged. Working with balance by bending the ankle. If you're feeling steady, lift the knee and interlace the fingers in front of the knee. Heart lifted, shoulders are back and down. Stay here or bring the knee in toward the chest. You can also flex that foot. Again, staying here, or if you want to work with extension, taking hold behind the leg or underneath the foot. You can also use a strap here, having the strap around the foot. And if you're feeling steady and you want to work on folding over, slowly bring the vision toward the floor. And listening to your body. When you're ready, gently releasing and lowering down. We'll shake out those legs. And let's work with the triangle versions today. So we're going to spread our legs nice and wide. We'll start with the right foot turning toward the short end of the mat, left heel dropped back. Hips facing the long end of the mat. We'll inhale the arms out at shoulder height. Exhale, pressing that left hip behind you. Reach the right arm across the room as though you're reaching across to grab someone's hand. Keeping your torso where it is, float the hand down. Woo! My foot wanted to go a little wider. Rotate the left shoulder back. You can keep the hand on the low back if that feels better for your shoulder, or let the arm float up out of the shoulder. Think about lengthening the spine, softening through the hamstrings of that right leg, and lengthening through the side body, which can often ease some of that tension in the low back. Pressing actively into the feet so both legs are engaged. And with your next inhaling breath, lift up tall. As you exhale, bend the right leg, forearm to the thigh, bringing that left arm over the ear. Pressing the left foot into the mat, reach to the fingertips. If it feels okay, you could let that right hand come down toward the mat or a block. Just make sure the torso stays facing the wall. And then with your next inhale, turn to face the mat, sweep that left arm across, press into the feet, lift up tall, and exhale, float the hands down. We'll switch our feet. So left foot points toward the short end of the mat, right heel drops back. Actively pushing into both feet, hips face the long end of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, right hip presses toward the wall behind you. Left arm reaches out across the room, then floats down to the leg, rotating the right shoulder back. Hand can stay at the low back or float up out of the shoulder. Lengthening through the entire spine, softening through the hamstrings of the left leg. Really lengthen through the side body. Keeping both legs strong and active. And with your next inhale, press into the feet, lifting up tall. Exhale, bending the left leg, forearm to the thigh. Bringing that right arm over the ear if that feels okay for your shoulder. Reach through the right foot, reach with fingertips. I think I have too much lotion on my feet today, they're slipping. Keeping the torso facing the wall in front of you. And if it feels okay, you can bring that left arm down to the floor or mat. You can press the arm and the leg toward each other to help with the rotation of the ribs. And with your next inhale, turn to face the mat, sweep the arm across, lift up tall, and float the hands down. I'll turn both feet to face the long end of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us, floating the hands underneath the shoulders onto the floor or block. Soften the knees as you push into the feet and lift up through the sitting bones, gently tilting the pelvis forward. You can bring the head down toward the mat, keeping the spine nice and long by having the chin lifted away from the chest. Walking the hands over toward the right leg. Turn the torso to face the thigh, taking hold of the floor, block, or leg. Lengthening down through the spine, reaching up through the right hip. Coming back to the center, walking across to the left, hands on the floor, block, or leg. Turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthening down. Pressing into the left foot as you lift up through the left hip. Coming back to the center. Pressing up through both hips. Let's walk the feet closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. We'll lower the hips down into Malasana squat. You can work with the hips high, working on strengthening, pushing into the feet. If you want to work with opening, dropping those hips down onto a block or by the heels. You can also come all the way down to the mat, walking the feet a little further out. And then pressing the elbows or upper arms into the knees or thighs, hands at the heart. Spine nice and long, tailbone reaching down. Notice sometimes our shoulders want to scrunch up here, so really think about drawing those shoulder blades back down. Breathing into the low belly. Malasana can help with digestion as well as opening the hips. And when you're ready, lowering the rest of the way down. We'll come back to a cross-legged position. Lengthening the spine up tall. Inhale through the crown of your head. As you exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Right shoulder tucks back and down. Breathing into the left side of the neck. Gently letting go of anything that you might be holding in the neck. With your next inhale, lift the head back up to the center. And as you exhale, drop the left ear over the left shoulder. Tuck the left shoulder back and down, breathing into the right side of the neck. Gently letting go. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. And as you exhale, gently turn the chin over the right shoulder. Hold and breathe. Inhale to the center. Exhale, turning the chin over the left shoulder. Hold and breathe. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, gently drop the chin toward the chest, keeping the spine nice and tall. Shoulders are back, gently releasing through the back of the neck. And with your next inhale, lift up tall and let the breath go. Let's bend our knees in front of us, coming to the center of the mat. Round the spine, drop the chin, and gently roll back. Lengthening through the neck. We'll lift the feet up toward the sky, rocking the hands or a block underneath the hips to support the leg. Neck is nice and long, ankles and knees are relaxed. As you breathe into the belly. Bend the knees, rocking the hands or block out from underneath the hips. You can hug the knees in, you can rock from side to side. You can also kind of pull the knees in and out, making small circles with your low back. And reverse the circles. And then when you're ready, oh sorry, I forgot to have them do the twist. So if you want one last twist, you can bring the arms out at shoulder height, dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left. And then coming back to the center, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. Inhaling to the center, and then extending the legs out into Shavasana. Legs can be extended about hip width apart, or if it feels better for your back today, you can have a bolster under your knees or the feet on the edges of the mat with the knees resting together. So listening to your body, what feels good in this moment. Arms slightly away from the body with the palms turned up, shoulders tucked back and down, neck nice and long. Relax the forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, gently bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our community, for ourselves. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today.